playing them again in a couple weeks?
No, because of the message that we just keep, trying to be consistent with. That's one of our main words is just consistency. And that's just us just trying to make sure that we're getting 1% better. It's going to be a challenge tonight against a really good team. But yeah, just always trying to just make it about us when we can.
Yeah, hi, Christie. I was just wondering if it was with Temi, if it was kind of the same scenarios tonight where, she's questionable, but you're going to rest her for precaution. I guess what's the update on that?
Yeah, no, she's good to go tonight.
Christie.
Okay. After the Olympic break, obviously it was kind of like reset, and you guys just launched yourselves into a whole nother conversation in sports and what have you. Is tonight almost like a second wave of that next step for this team?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with who we're playing tonight for that reason. We're the two teams left in the WNBA with only one loss since the All-Star break. And so, and they're a possible matchup for us in the playoffs. So, they're a really good team on both sides of the ball. And so, when you look at our team and we talk about like where we're trying to go, like some of the things that they do and who they are is like who we want to be. I just told our guys the other night, like we're not trying to prove anymore. We just have to keep improving. And that's what we have to focus on tonight, is doing that against a really good team.
Jacob, go ahead.
You mentioned this was a possible playoff matchup. Now that you're actually in the playoffs, do you view a game like this differently now, knowing that you could be playing them again in a couple weeks?
No, because of the message that we just keep, trying to be consistent with. That's one of our main words is just consistency. And that's just us just trying to make sure that we're getting 1% better. It's going to be a challenge tonight against a really good team. But yeah, just always trying to just make it about us when we can.
Christie, obviously, Caitlin's come and changed a lot of different things for this team, but with Aaliyah, how have you seen her embrace her role, which seems to morph from night to night and thrive, whether it's passing, scoring, rebounding, defending, and accepting that when last year everything went through her?
Yeah. I think for me, Aaliyah's, she's been so good defensively for us. That's been the consistent thing with her, just her defense, and then I know she hadn't put up as many points up until the other night, but that's something that she's not concerned with because her teammates were shooting the hell out of the basketball, and so just really happy that she is, when she recognizes that. I mean, how many times did she catch the ball at the free throw line in a pick and roll situation and she was hitting those shooters, when she could? That's a shot that I'd never want her to turn down, that free throw line jumper. But she's just whatever the team needs in that moment. And her defense and her rebounding for me have been just consistent and huge. And we're going to keep going through Aaliyah. I say that all the time. I mean, we are going to keep playing through her, through our posts, through the paint, because that just keeps everything open on the outside.
Mike, welcome.
Hey, thank you. Christie, Kelsey's been good a long time, but this is the first time she's been in a real playoff race. And it seems like a lot of people are like really embracing her game. I know almost after every press conference, she says the same thing, I'm just a hooper, whatever. Yeah. But as her coach, what's it been like to see, it's been a while coming, but to see sort of the attention that she's getting nationwide? Yeah,
she deserves every bit of it and more. I'm going to say that again. She deserves every bit of it and more. That's just how solid Kelsey Mitchell has been for us on both ends of the floor. Kelsey's drawing the best offensive player for the opposing team a lot of nights, and she's able, I swear her engine just gets stronger and faster as the game goes. I mean, she's such an athlete. Her downhill attacks are the same as they are in the first as they are in the fourth quarter after Garden, whoever it is that we put her on, that she's chasing all around. So she's just playing at a different level. And then also just the teammates that she has around her now. She doesn't feel she has to do it all anymore. And so that's just made her have a lot more, it's just not, she's getting wide open looks or having the opportunity to just get downhill when her teammates are drawing a lot of that attention. But yeah, that was for me making the playoffs this year with her. And her, I was here when we drafted her, and she's been, just here being solid And now it's paying off for her, which is, that just makes my heart so happy.
We finish up Matt and James.
Before the break, you go to Minnesota, you win. Next time Collier comes back, scores 31. I'm just curious, what do you think has to go different tonight in preventing her?
We need to find somebody who can stop her and guard her a little bit. Yeah, she's a talent. I mean, she's definitely one of the, possibly MVP. I mean, she's that good. I mean, she just makes them run. And it's going to be a group effort. She can play the 3, she can play the 4, so that changes schemes for us on how we guard certain things. But you just have to make her, give her an opportunity. She'll get hot. So you can't just, close out on her as a short, make her drive it. But I just think it's going to be a group effort. A lot of communication from our team on the defensive end on who's guarding her and if we're switching or if we're not, or if we're in, whatever scheme we are, either on the side or up top. But I mean, she's a talent. She's going to get hers. We just have to make sure people like Courtney Williams and McBride don't, have really hot nights.
James, last one.
One more on Fee. You've been around the league a long time. How have you seen her grow from entering the league with high expectations and kind of delivering these last few years and really showing she's one of the best players in the world?
Yeah. I think for me, what I see, and it's just the things as a head coach that you pay attention to, especially when culture is a huge piece for us. I think Fee is a great leader. I think she is what makes those guys run. I think she keeps them focused and determined. I mean, you hear her talking all the time. I read all the, articles that when she has, comments, she's their leader, and they just as she goes, they go, and that's a good one to have running that locker room.
Do you view CC kind of like that? Okay, just cut from that same how we go is how she goes, or? Obviously I know she's young. I'm just curious.
Yeah, that would be something I could probably answer in a couple of years. That's a tough one to answer right now. I mean, but Caitlin being our point guard, she's our engine, right? And she's the one who's pushing the ball. She's the reason we're getting the transition points that we're getting a lot of times by her pass aheads. So yeah, I mean, she's got a lot. Fee's got several years on her, and Caitlin's still learning a lot, especially as it relates to her teammates still and the locker room as well.
All right. Thank you, everybody.